Hit me. 99 problems saving money ain't one. If you having money problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems with saving money ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems saving money ain't one. Oh, God. Why did I do this? It depends on what money you're talking about, though. What's up, guys? It's Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 871,676. Today's Bitcoin price as of this recording is 97,850, give or take. And for $1, guys, $1, you still can get 1,022 Satoshis. And yes, I said it, for $1. My goodness, guys, welcome back to Satoshi Saturday, the official Satoshi Saturday. Your tongue twisted Satoshi Saturday. It's windy out here, guys, sorry. Every time I record videos, it just does this. But anyways, this is gonna be like a two-part video, right? Short term and long term. I know a lot of people come to this channel and watch just the playlist. So this is for those people that watch the playlist and people that are watching now, and then there's going to be a group of people that are going to be watching in the future. But I'm going to cover two topics today. The first topic, the reason why I chose the 99 problems, because obviously people are having a hissy fit of Bitcoin being stuck at 99,000 and not hitting 100,000. That's the first part. And the second part is more long-term on why you should be happy it's not 99,000. And then you can save a whole lot of money in the future compared to what people are going to be able to buy these Satoshis at. So let's talk about the 99,000 price right now. Let me give you my thoughts on it. What I think is going to happen, what I think is happening, is I think it's like a coil. It's like a spring, right? I think once we hit over 1,000, it's just going to take off, guys. It just is. You know what I mean? And it's just short term and stuff, but that's just a psychological number. Again, we do things in 10Xs, in my opinion. $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. And of course, there's some numbers in between. I mean, you know, we're happy when it hits 60,000 and 70,000 or something like that. But trust me, the difference between 60,000 and 70,000 is a big difference, because we made a bit more bigger of a deal than that than we'll make between 100 and 110,000. I don't think we're going to be at 110,000 that long. I think we're going to be shooting up. And I have a funny feeling these 16 years it took us to get to 100,000, just about 16 years, that's going to be, we're going to get to the next level of 1 million, 10x, and maybe 25 or less % of the time. I'm just saying, man, just the way stuff is going. But the 99,000 price is obviously, again, it's a psychological number. People are selling off and stuff like that. But again, I think it's just a spring-coiled springboard just to take off once it hits 100,000. Because again, 100,000 is a big number. Don't get me wrong, it really is. And there are going to be some institutions and people that, you know, because of the news and everything, and people are going to be promoting quote unquote Bitcoin. But we talk about Satoshis. They're going to be talking about it, and it's going to be make more people kind of a little bit of a FOMO and come in. But it's going to be nothing compared to $1 million. It's just not. You know what I mean? But in the future, and then the savings, what I was talking about, you know, people have a lot of problems saving, right? That's why I said the 99 problems. Because a lot of people are going to have money problems in the future because the money is broken and the money is fake. And again, it depends on what money you're saving. And obviously and specifically, we're talking about the hardest money and the most finite money man has ever seen and created. I think it's 1,000 times better than gold, and that's Satoshis. And for us to get 1,000 units of it, more than 1,000 units for one measly dollar. Listen, guys, there's going to be a time in the future, and I'm telling you this, it sounds weird, but you ever notice every once in a while you'll see dimes on the ground, like 10-cent dimes on the ground? I see a lot of those, matter of fact. I pick them up too. Obviously, you'll see pennies everywhere. There's going to be a time in the near future you're going to see quarters on the ground, and nobody's going to care about them. Why is that? Well, we know why. Because what is it going to buy, right? In order for it to make $1, even if you got a quarter, it takes 4 of them to make $1. And once you get to those 4 quarter number and you get to $1, what can you buy with $1? Again, what can you buy with $1 today? There is no dollar menus or nothing like that. So you're only getting nothing like that. So you're only getting a piece of that dollar. and the purchasing power is going to be nothing. Then the next level after that, because we don't really use 50-cent pieces, is you're going to be seeing like these leaves blowing on the ground. See these leaves? And I'm talking about in the US. You're going to see US dollars blowing around on the ground. When I tell people that, they look at me like I'm crazy. Again, I see a lot of dimes on the ground, and it's about the 10x number I was talking about earlier. And the reason why is because our money is broken. Our money is fake. It's corrupt and evil. And when another man can print or press a button, just print a bunch of energy, because that's what money is. Money's supposed to be hard to get, right? It's supposed to be finite. Do you think in during the scamdemic, do you think they would give out, go back to 2020, do you think they'd give out a bunch of stimulus checks with $1,200, quote unquote, or whatever it was, $1,400, $1,200 worth of Bitcoin? No, they wouldn't. Why? Because it's not enough. They couldn't even do it if they wanted to. That's why they can't. But when you can just press a button and say, oh yeah, we'll give you that little piece, keep you happy, peasants, with $1,200 or $1,400. Meanwhile, you're going to pay on the back end with Milton Friedman, the great Milton Friedman likes to call it, the hidden tax. And that's inflation. It only comes from one place, ladies and gentlemen. That's Washington, D.C. So you will see dollars laying on the ground like these leaves, just like this. We've seen them in other third world countries and stuff like that, but you will see U.S. dollars like that. Maybe not that many, but you'll see some dollars rolling around every once in a while, because again, when you pick it up and a loaf of bread costs $10, again, what are you going to buy that dollar with? So you got to know where you're at on the timeline, ladies and gentlemen. These Satoshis are finite. You're getting a piece of the pie that you know exactly what you own, right? Again, what percentage of the money supply do you own? That's a question that you always got to ask yourself. Even you gold stackers, silver stackers, whatever stackers you are, how many stocks you have, how many bonds, how much real estate you have, whatever. What percentage of that do you own, of that particular asset, right? Again, if I give you 10 million bucks, that's a lot of money, sure, or currency, fiat currency, excuse me. But what percentage of the money supply do you own, right? How many dollars did they print the day before? How many did they print today? How many are going to print tomorrow? So if you got 10 million bucks, that's fine, but what can it buy you today, and what is going to buy you 20 years from now? That's the question you got to ask. And the reason I say 99 problems is because people don't understand, and the reason why people don't get into Bitcoin, because they don't understand there's a problem. The only way they're going to look for a solution if something is broken or something is wrong, or they need to know, or they find out what the problem is, right? That's all a business is, by the way. Sorry about the wind, guys. A business is nothing but a problem-solving mechanism, right? When you're hungry, you go get some food. When your window's broken, you call the people that fix windows. It's all about just solving problems. Money's the same way, right? It just is. And if your money is broken, then you look for a solution. That's why people are looking for the government to help them, and they're trying to vote in someone that's going to, quote unquote, so stupid if you even say this, when Kamala says the evil corporations, price gouging. These people are so evil, man, for doing this to the American citizens that don't know any better, especially on that left side of the aisle, where people just believe in everything they tell you, man. I have so many arguments with people about where inflation comes from, and they just think I'm stupid. You don't know what supply and demand is? Yeah, I know what supply and demand is. It works with dollars too. If you increase the supply in dollars and you keep the demand the same, and you got $1,000 in your bank account, what do you think is going to happen when they print out billions and billions of dollars every single day? What's going to happen to that $1,000 you got when the demand is the same and the supply is just going way up because of the printing press? You're right, it is supply and demand, but not the one you think. And that's the problem. So we're in 2024, going into 2025, and we got a big change going on in the Satoshi / Bitcoin space, where there's a lot of institutions getting involved, a lot of nation states. With this SBR, this strategic Bitcoin reserve starting up probably in the first 120 days. Because if somebody asks me what percentage do I give it happening, I give it a 95+ chance of this happening. The strategic Bitcoin reserve. I just do. I don't think it's 100% because there's some things that could go wrong, and trust me, there's some rhinos. That's why I tell people you got to study politics. There's some rhinos and some swamp creatures in the Republican Congress, and they may not pass it for certain reasons and this, that, and the third. Because again, these people in politics, they're prostitutes and they get paid by the quintillionaires that stand next to the money printers. So don't ever forget that, guys. Just because somebody has a Republican next to their name and they're smiling in a picture with Trump and put his arm around him, don't mean he's your friend. He's his constituents' friends, and he doesn't work for the people that we know that are evil, because that's what happens. So if this does go through, this is the biggest thing. If the United States starts putting Bitcoin on his balance sheet, nothing's bigger than that, guys. Okay, this is not priced in yet. Okay, the ETFs, the gold rush and everything, that's great, but there's nothing compared to the United States of America. Nothing. How much money they can print. Again, I've said this once, I say it 1,000 times. The first country to print money wins. To buy Bitcoin wins. Because they're not buying Satoshis, they're buying Bitcoins at a time. We're buying Satoshis. So when we're talking about people having money problems, trying to look for money managers to manage their money, what asset to buy to keep their purchasing power or to make quote unquote more money, those are all problems that are not supposed to be here because the money is broken. They don't know what the problem is. So it's up to us to teach them. And I don't have any problems like that. Why? Because I have a savings. I save in the hardest money in the world. I used to save in different things, real estate. I had different things in my portfolio, just like everybody else. But what I did was I took my institutional portfolio that I had from working and put that into MicroStrategy, because it's in the old Fiat system. I couldn't sell it because I'd have to pay too much in taxes and fees and stuff. And I decided to put it over to MicroStrategy, which is an investment, not a because there's a risk to it. It's not a savings. But all my savings, 99+%, goes into Satoshis. A tiny bit goes into dollars for short term, because we still live in a fiat dirty world that we have to spend these cuck bucks. But when you're saving in a technology that has a closed system, because again, the fiat currency situation is an open system. I mean, they can print out as much as they want. They can try to break or bend the rules of thermodynamics and physics, which you can't do. You can try to do it temporarily and hide it temporarily, but over the long run, it's not going to work. But when you are in a closed system that respects the laws of physics and thermodynamics, which is what? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. And it's hard to get, by the way. It's supposed to be hard to get. You put your money into a closed system like that, which is Satoshis, which is the finite portion of the supply, which, going back to what I said earlier, what percentage of the money supply do you own? We all know there's 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis. If you bought 100,000 Satoshis today, right now, for 97, 98 bucks or whatever it is, you know exactly what you own. You know exactly what was printed today. You know what was minted or printed yesterday. You know what's going to be minted or printed tomorrow. And you know exactly the portion of the money supply you own. Now, you might be off a little bit because, you know, there's coins that are missing that you don't actually know about, that'll never be discovered and all that. But if you just play it safe and do 2.1 quadrillion out of your 100,000 out of that 2.1 quadrillion, you know exactly what you're working with. And once you understand that and figure that out, you're cooking with fish grease, man. I'm telling you that. And if you do have it figured out, you need to help others figure it out. If you see people, if you see people with a savings account with cash in it, oh my gosh, that is the worst thing you can do. You talking about a melting ice cube? That's the worst thing you can do. But again, in order to help them and help them take that orange pill instead of keep swallowing that green pill, you got to show them the problem and let them know that Satoshis are the solution. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, listen, people, 90-something% of people do have money problems, especially here in America and all over the world too, but here specifically in America. And there's only one solution to those money problems. That's it. There's only one. And we know it. And you got to treat this solution, or treat this problem with the solution that you know about, like you got the cure for cancer. That's what it is. Inflation is a cancer. It's robbing people of their lives, man. It literally is. It's making you work harder for the same amount of goods or less. It's criminal, man. They're feeding us terrible foods. It's absolutely disgusting, man, what they're doing. These dogs are going off. When I was a kid, I used to get Big Macs for like 75 cents, 60 cents or whatever. They're about double the size. And I'm not saying it was healthy, but it was made of more nutritious stuff back then. Now, not only is it smaller and it costs 10 times more, but now it's made even cheaper and terrible ingredients. And that's what Fiat Food does. It kills you. So go out here, guys. Let the people know that, yeah, you may have 99 problems, but for you, savings ain't one. I buy Satoshis every hour on the hour, automatically with Strike. You want to learn how to do that, go to the link below, verify your account, and buy 10 cents an hour, a quarter an hour, whatever you buy an hour. Trust me, in 10 years, you dollar cost average every single hour on the hour. Your family and your loved ones and your future generations will be building statues of you, man. I'm serious. So help these people out that have the problems that they don't know about it. Wake them up to it. And always remember that Satoshis are the solution. And remember, guys, the more you stack now, the less you have to stack later. The future's on its way, whether we like it or not. I'll be 50 years old here in a couple of months. And I look up and where's the time gone? I remember when I turned 30. That was a big birthday for me. You know what I mean? Now it's 20 years later. I'm like, I don't even remember turning 40. And that's how quickly time goes. But as it's going quickly, that means you can save even more, even quicker. And your family will be so happy you did it. And that's why I always say at the end of these videos, and please heed these words when I say this, because I mean it with all my heart and soul. And please, guys, do this for your family. Stack Satoshis today. Today, guys, please. So you and your family don't have to work for those exact same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.